welcome to my channel and welcome to Make from Stash 2025.
You don't say. You don't say.
Today we are going to take a look at what I did in January. Spoiler alert, a lot of it wasn't fiber arts. Then I'm going to give a review of the book that I used in January, Knit Swirl by Sandra McIver. And then we are going to take a look at February's projects. In terms of my Make from Stash journey, January was a trying month, a little bit. Trying as in my nerves, but also trying as in trying new stuff. Because I did. I tried to knit a sweater from the book that I chose, Knit Swirl. It did not work because I could not get the join to join without twisting it, even though I tried 3 times, I think, which is no mean feat with 700 stitches on the needle. But I gave up, and then I turned my attention to the Twisted Sisters sweater book. I really love the Twisted Sisters book. I enjoyed very much flipping through it and looking at all the pretty sweaters and everything. And I started making a sweater from the book. The sweaters in the book are knitted side to side. So you start at like the left arm edge and then you knit the back or the front all the way to the other arm edge. Side seam, I think they call it. Jeez. That worked. That worked fine. The book has a handy a worksheet that you can fill in where you can put in your gauge and your measurements and all of that. And so then they help you figure out how many stitches to cast on and how to proceed. But the big takeaway from this was that there is a reason why these sweaters are knit with hand-spun yarn, because hand-spun yarn is infinitely more interesting and colorful and lively than commercially spun solid color suck yarn. So the sweater, no, it didn't look like anything made from this book, and I didn't want it. However, I was already in sweater mode. I have all of this red yarn and I want to make a sweater with it. So I turned to a third option. These days I buy most of my clothes that I don't make on ThreadUp. I buy them secondhand. And I saw on ThreadUp a black raglan cardigan with a square neckline. It was very pretty and I liked it a lot. It was in my size and someone got it before me. So I decided, okay, well, I'm going to make a raglan sweater then. Now, the only way I know how to make a raglan sweater is top down, and in the round, and then you put the sleeve stitches on holders that way. And so that's what I did. Fortunately, I've done it before, so with a little help from the internet, I was able to figure out how to do it. And that's a sweater that I've been working on for the last week and a half, maybe 2 weeks, after all of the other trials and errors. And here's what I have so far. The other very nice thing that happened to me in January had absolutely nothing to do with fiber arts, but I'm going to tell you about it anyway because I kind of need an excuse why there was so little destashing progress the last month. So in January, I had enough money saved up to replace my old iPad, which is now in the possession of my 14-year-old son. Once I had the iPad in my hand and I realized that my old Apple Pencil would work with it, I learned exactly how much I had missed doing things in Procreate, which is, one of the iPad drawing and art apps. So I spent quite a bit of time last month doing things in Procreate, and just for laughs, I am going to show them to you here. Okay, so now let's talk about January's and February's books. So in January, the book I picked from my stash to work from was Knit Swirl by Sandra McIver. Now, obviously, I have talked about this before, that working the project that I had picked did not work out for me. I think back when I bought the book, I bought it for the novelty of it. It was an interesting construction method, and the cardigans are really pretty, and I think they flatter a lot of shapes and sizes, and that's really great, and they look really elegant, which, you know, sometimes hand knits don't. Often they do, but sometimes you know what I mean. So all of those things I liked very much, but it was a novelty that made me buy the book, and I don't think I would buy it again today, because it is really only one cardigan that's in there. I mean, I know there are different versions and different yarn thicknesses, and there are ribbons through it and stripes and all. And I mean, there are 4 different shapes, like symmetrical oval and some symmetrical round, and then asymmetrical where the sleeves are a little higher up. But they all kind of look basically very similar. And so, given that, and given my incredible difficulties with getting my project started, it's not for me. However, if you have the book, and if you are a cleverer knitter than I am, which is very likely, you should definitely try it. It is an interesting method, and the cardigans are pretty. In February, we're going to add a crochet project to the rotation that I have going on. I am going to work from the book Dark and Dramatic Mosaic Crochet by Alexis Sixo. It is called A Master Guide to Overlay Color Work with 15 Modern, Goth, and Alternative Patterns. Hey, that's me, goth, head to toe. Either way, I do really like crochet. I think, if I recall correctly, crochet was the first thing that I was taught when I was a little girl, before knitting or weaving or sewing or anything. And I really enjoyed it. But with the things I make, mostly socks and shawls, my crochet hook is really not the first thing that I grab when I want to start a project. So I hope that this book is going to change that a little bit. I hope that I can rediscover my love for crochet with this, because the projects are really interesting. To start off and to learn the technique, I'm going to be working the Dripping Can Cozy, which I think is a really cute thing. I hope I have the yarn for it, but I think I do, or, you know, maybe I can improvise. And I think it's a fun project, and it is small enough not to be too intimidating. My absolute favorite project in the book, which I hope to be able to do as well, is the Victorian Pillow. I think the pattern is just really, really pretty, and I have my old rocking chair here in my office, and I think a pillow like that would be awesome for it. So we'll see how dark and dramatic mosaic crochet is gonna go. And I'm really excited. I'm really excited to get started on it. It's going to be a very exciting month. First of all, it's birthday month in this house. Both my husband and my son's birthdays are at the beginning of February. And I'm also going to set up my loom. Right now, my loom is in my big wicker trunk out in the hallway. I have a 32-inch Ashford rigid heddle, and I'm going to put it up. I'm not sure where. This room is not very big, but we'll see. And so I hope I can figure out how to film that. I have cinematography issues.
Obviously.
And the learning curve is steep and apparently long, but I'll see if I can figure it out. If you're here and watching this video, thank you very much. Thank you for allowing me a grace period while I was adjusting to how things are right now. And we will forge ahead. We will make things. We will make art. We will make fiber art, and we will not get discouraged. So thank you very much. Go look at your stash, find something cool, and make something with it. See you soon. Bye-bye.